Hey, why not? Let's get into this, kids. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Hello to true believers out there. We're going to be bad comic beatdowning today
That's
with
right.
a White Widow.
Yep. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to this because normally we have a really bad comic book on here, but I love promoting kind of small indies and crowdfunded books because I first saw this book on Kickstarter, and so to have a chance to talk about White Widow is awesome. Jamie Tyndall
Not
is
like
fantastic. If you
not
love
like
90s comics, definitely go and search this one out. Great
if
covers.
I'm going to crush your dreams, I want to make it for something larger than this, please. Yeah, we are talking about Marvel's White Widow. Yeah, Black Widow's sister.
Marvel's White Widow.
Marvel's White Widow, yes. Not the AC comic. We're going to talk about Marvel's White Widow. The best part of the Hawkeye TV show, the one that you really, really love.
Oh, well, the cover looks good.
Yeah, the cover, the cover looks awesome. I used one of the covers for the thumbnail, and it looks awesome. Yeah, I have not gone further than this because I am really, really wanting to leave all of this open. It's going to be so. Judging by the cover, this book, we're talking Frank Miller quality, Daredevil 1980s style. So,
well, yeah, I mean, it has kind of an Adam Hughes look to it, or a Terry Dodson, and hey, I haven't been steered wrong by covers in the past, so
never. I think the saying goes, judge books by a cover, Yeah, you can always judge a book by the cover. That is absolutely the truth of the matter.
I mean, it looks action packed here. It looks like she's going to be taking on AIM, which is kind of cool.
All righty. I'm jazzed here. I really am. And hello to Jay, who popped into the comment. There you go. By the way, this is something that we're going to do. We call it Bad Comic Beatdown. We're going to look at new books. Usually, if you have an older comic, let us know in the comments below, and I would love to get to it. I don't want to just beat up on Marvel and such. It is fun. Okay. But yeah, all that kind of stuff. Leave your comments down below and such, not just in the chat here. We welcome anything you have to say. I will check this out. So if you find something wrong, you want to mention it, by all means. That being said, let's get to White Widow by somebody named Gailey and Miraclo. Wasn't that the pill that the Hour Man took?
Miraculo, yeah. That's pretty darn close, actually.
Miracolo, it was the miracle pill or something like that. All right, let's scroll down and see what we're getting into. Okay. Super Spy. Oh, say again.
Cover looks great. Oh, wow, this first page.
Yeah, this is first page. This is not bad AI art. This is computer generated art here, guys. I don't know if you would call it AI.
Oh, come on. They wouldn't do that. Marvel hasn't reached that level yet.
No. They wouldn't do this. They would hire a guy to trace porn to make a comic book, but never use AI. That's for sure. Okay, so say again.
I was gonna say, Super Spy Rogue Agent. Okay.
Shadow of the Black Widow, Yelena Belova has been many things, but striking out as a hero in her own right is new to her. Now that she's finally free to choose her own path. Wait, what was keeping her from choosing her own path?
Well, she was, part of the Widows, and basically was doing, work for others. But now it sounds like she's going to be freelancing.
Okay. Yeah, but I saw a comic series, the Black Widow series, from like 7 or 8 months ago. She was free to make her own path. So it's not finally. It's like, and we're going to count that book from, we're going to discount it. The good one by Stephanie Phillips. Okay. She's new, guys. Here we go. This is by Sarah Gailey, artist Alessandra Miracolo-Pill. Color artist is Matt Mia, and letterer VC Travis Linham. Now, you noticed something about the editor on this book.
Oh.
Alana Smith, I believe.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, no.
There's a reason I have my thumbnail what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Alana Smith is responsible for the Mockingbird book. You know, ask me about my feminist agenda. And I could do that because I got titties.
And don't forget, too, Alana Smith is one of the lunatics, you know, that said, you know, if you supported Trump, I'll never hire you.
Right.
And all the other insanity. So actually, right there. So this isn't AI art. It's it's basically they took a piece of the art germ variant cover.
Oh, okay.
So if you get the art germ variant cover, that's who you'll see on the cover.
Let's see what's going on. Holy crap! This, by the way, does not look like the cover, ladies and gentlemen. That art good. This art bad.
Oh no! This is that Castellucci Batgirl.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. This does look like the Female Furies book. Holy shit!
That one. But I was thinking of that one. You know,
that one Batgirl number 50
with the bathroom.
Batgirl number 50. Right. I love marquee covers, but all females look identical. It says, not long ago, when we see a guy talking to Yelena, please don't kill me. I have a family. Whoever hired you, I'll pay double. If you let me live. The time for jokes is past, Mr. Best. Triple, please, whatever you want. I said no. Martha, what do we say about professional integrity? And her friend says, losing sight of your integrity is the only crime and all other crimes are made up. Exactly. And is that Captain America standing in the background who just burst through somebody's window? Oh, no, the window's already broken.
Yeah.
Okay, so Captain America says, stop right there, White Widow. And then she's like, look out for what? Rude people who interrupt me? It's like no one ever told him not to. Dude, this is Captain America. I'm not buying it. You know, there's this whole thing going around in modern comics where they're bad-mouthing and poo-pooing away the older characters, the classic characters, the one, you know, burn your past kind of thing. Batman's just stuck in his ways, so he's not a good hero no more. Same with Captain America. No, I'm sorry. There should be some sort of reverence. I'm not talking about she should drop to her knees, but you get what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, just more importantly, like with this, the first frame was a good setup, and then the insert started the bad teehee type humor that has come to define Marvel and DC, and it just continues with the awful one-line quips from somebody that shouldn't be saying them.
Well, he says, what do you think you're doing? She goes, oh, you didn't see? Well, I'm going to kill this guy in the chair now if you don't mind. He says, I actually do mind. And I guess I don't think Captain America would have struck first in this place. I mean, he would not have. That's not Captain America. But he does. He swings first. She says, whoa, not cool. I don't show up at your office and slap the big Frisbee out of your hand. And the lady's yelling, I'll take care of her. This fight, this is a 2-second fight at best. She asks Marta, you hurt? And she's complaining about her hips, which I always thought, you know, there should be more permanent damage in comics, by the way. Well, I thought that when I saw there was an X-Men crossover and Jubilee took a spike into the shoulder. There's a cluster of nerves here that would have effed her up for life. You know, I was like, nope, she's a 12-year-old girl that just got spiked through the shoulder. She's not making quips in the next panel. So the guy says, Cap, hurry, untie me. White Widow says, don't bother trying. I'm great at knots, and you have big sponge fingers. What the fuck is that all about?
Again, it's the attempt at the Joss Whedon MCU level funny teehee one-liner that, because it's not a good writer, it's not a talented person, is lame and at the inappropriate time and just derails the entire tone.
We're going to be here for a while. I just realized we're still on the first page.
We'll see if we can pick up the pace.
Right. Captain America says, enough of this. I told you to stay away from the best family. Max Miso acts as an intelligent asset for the Avengers, your murderer, and your sidekick. Martha is my mente, not a sidekick. And Yelena, I guess, uses his shield and I'm better than any dozen dime murderers. That's a bad line. And I'm the greatest assassin in the world, and I'm out of here. It's Captain America. Yeah, okay, cool. He's grabbed her rope. Hey, you got what you wanted. He's not dead. Leave me alone. And he's saying, I've seen what you're capable of. You can still learn to use your skills for good. She says, I'm not a hero. You don't have to be a superhero. Just find something else. Become a force for good in the world and find a way to give back. And she says, the daughter will be home soon, Cap. You make sure she doesn't see her father weeping for mercy. And there you go. Daddy, why are you tied up while those knots are impressive?
Yeah, exactly. Another Teehee MCU level line that just is absolutely stupid.
It reminds me of Taika Waititi's script, you know? Hey, look,
Yep.
There's the entirety of Asgardian is destroyed and there's only half of the population left. Let me tell a joke about a dead worm. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. In that one panel, is it a knife or something that's she cut the line, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just, again, it's another attempt at trying to show action and not knowing how to do it.
And she goes, it was pointless of him interfering with my work. A different assassin killed Maximo's best the next night, sloppier than I would have. No art. Because the widows were artful. The captain should have known that I wouldn't give up my job. I'm so good at it. Besides, I would fit in with the heroes because I don't have some tragic backstory, says the woman who had her uterus forcefully removed, put into a, isn't that the whole thing? Weren't they joking about their tragic backstories in the movie?
Well, that was in the movie. I don't know. Honestly, it's been a while since I've read a Yelena story, so I don't know what her current backstory, origin, what they did to her in the Widow program.
Does say it. She goes, there are things I prefer not to dwell on. I could get all boo-hooed about how my childhood was stolen from me and my mind, my family, but it's fine. I've left all that behind me. I'm not bringing any baggage into my new life. Hey, look. The last thing we need in any comic book is self-reflection, character building, and world building, anything like that would make Yelena more of a three-dimensional character than just modern day strong female character, which at this point, strong female character is its own category, isn't it? It's not even strong woman character. Strong female character is what we saw in the She-Hulk TV show, what we get in anything Captain Marvel. And now, let's not give her any inner conflict. That might make for a story. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, strong with these folks is the classic, I don't need no man, I can do it all myself type stuff. Right. And that's not what a good, strong character is.
It says, welcome to Idle Heaven. When you're here, you're in Idle Heaven. It's called Idle Heaven.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no, Sherlock. I mean, I get what they're trying to say, or is it ideal heaven? Either way, that's okay. This is so far not good, guys.
Idle Haven.
Okay, so is it Idle Haven? I've been saying heaven. Okay. My entire existence has been defined by other people. I've never gotten the chance to find out who in the hell I am, and that ends here.
Once again, the further trope of, and I can tell without looking up her biography at all that I'm sure she is some kind of YA author. Because once again, the only story these people know how to tell is the who am I don't fit in, I'm trying to discover myself story. That's all they know.
I gotta say that I am somebody who's known who I am for a long time. Yeah, granted, I went through the teen years and everything. But I do know people who are even my age. So I understand that there's a story to tell there, but That's all we're getting from these ladies here. It's sad. So she says, I've already learned that there are two ways to find out who you are. There are things you discover and things you decide. I've decided I'm going to be a good neighbor, even though I don't really know any of these people. Get out and talk. Okay, so it says Unit C. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is the freaking beginning to Suicide Squad. The hell is this? Yelling at me, world's greatest assassin and good neighbor. Tee. Ben Clarton, my dog, female, haha, because it sounds like Clint Barton. Very good. Unit D, Griven. Okay, I guess this is the house, and that's what we're talking about, or an apartment complex.
Yeah, it's like kind of either a fourplex or it's an apartment, a small apartment building. But either way, it doesn't matter. But I mean, again, just go through. I mean, again,
17-year-old non-binary, of course, 11th grader, just following what anybody says on TikTok. That's what's going on here. Never says something back when we see each other on stairs. Sabine Lachance, 45-year-old female U.S. history teacher at Ideal Academy, gave me a plant when I moved in, and probably feeds into her son's BS because she doesn't know how to raise a dude. Okay, Unit A, Zelda Square Boobs. Last name, no last name, 59 years old, female, owner of Sharp Sweets Confectionery downtown. We have nothing. You're not world building like this. Show, don't tell. No. Rowan McAbney, 38 years old, male, always at work. More information needed. Yeah. Holy shit, there's more.
Well, I just want to say, too, if you go back to that cross section real quick.
Here?
Yeah. How many kitchens do you see?
One.
Well,
I mean, no, it looks like an individual house, actually.
Yeah. I mean, so that one there has an obvious defined kitchen. The to the right was a studio apartment that looks like right a refrigerator here. There on the far side. Yeah.
These but are the other bedrooms.
Two. Yeah. So
well, there's something right here that could be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, we'll see that the place changes.
All right.
With the next.
So it goes on. Discovering who you are is kind of a decision too. I'm working on finding out what I really think about these things. Look, I believe you are who you are. Now you can make decisions on whether or not to, like if you're a person with depression, you have a decision. You can take meds. You can work on yourself to get better. But you are who you are. It's not going away. All righty. It says, let's see. These are the things I really think about. Love, braids, knives, Salinka, polemi. I don't know what the Ben Clarton, hot summers, habanero sauce. Okay. Dogs, likes dogs other than Clint. Cat, Spice Girl discography, Veronica, Hammerhead Sharks, pepperoni pizza, mango yogurt, Kate Bishop, black coffee, ice cream cones. Just the cone. Neutral is Avengers, Bleeny Naps, Loaded Baked Potatoes, Hawkeye Stability, Wicker Baskets, Grocery Shopping, Protein Powder, and Zip Lining. Okay, you know what?
God, she's neutral on stability. I never would have guessed.
For example, I always knew I had a strong opinion on 60 miles an hour. I don't know what this upside down stuff is. Oh, is it? Oh, borscht. Okay.
Well, it's supposed to be Cyrillic, since she's Russian.
Right. Just write the word in English. Okay. So dislike baby doll dresses, borscht. Dull knives, Cyclops, refuse to gossip with me, socks, strawberry milkshakes, kefir. Hate nationalism, big syringes, the Infinity Gauntlet, Eiffel Tower.
I think it's actually spelling is like Tower Eiffel, which I mean only French would say it like that. But oh dear God, yeah, this is where I started to check out the first time I
so this is all probably all the characterization you're gonna get.
Well, and this is a full page.
Now, what does this tell you about her? Seriously, it tells you literally nothing. By the way,
no, it's just a series of things that she likes and dislikes.
I like Thai food. It's the greatest food of all time.
It's what you learn on a Tinder profile, for God's sakes. I mean,
yeah. All right. I love the cafe on the corner, beans and jeans. I feel kind of met on naps. I don't like it. That's what you said here. You don't need to freaking put it in a word bubble. Give us some information about the character. You literally are just repeating what you wrote down in one whole fucking page.
Yeah.
All when my knives get dull. Oh my gosh. Is that over here? Is that why it's on your goddamn profile saying dull knives? Literally telling us nothing about the character. Nothing. Jesus
but she's figured out more.
Dick. I have 47 opinions. Ladybug's not so spot. Not enough spots. Neutral. I want to get at least 1,000 before I die. I love my day job. Love like neutral, dislike hate, right? But Jessica, if you don't put a second bullet in his head, little fish, I am telling you, you'll regret it if you don't. Bang. That's more like it. Okay. Now, this tells us something about her. Okay. She is callous and careless, and she doesn't like humanity. See how you could do stuff like that. That's what's going on. Now, I'm going to assume that there's something that's going to contradict the fact that she's callous, careless, and hates humanity. All right, let's move forward then. Let's see. I work for myself, I guess. I'm kind of a consultant. Want me to put you on hold while you get him into the incinerator? Sure, I'll wait. And she says she thinks of herself as a mentor. I make the world a better place through remote counseling and in-person training, one mentee at a time. Now, she could have gone with, we make the world a better place by taking out the garbage, that kind of thing. She makes her status as an assassin as a public service. There was a movie a long time ago, about 20 years ago. It was called Gross Point Blank. And it starred John.
Just read my mind.
Say again?
I said you just read my mind. I was almost going to say this. There was a better scene.
He justified. Yeah. Oh, this was going. He was talking to his shrink while he was assassinating somebody. And he even justified it by, if I am at your door, if somebody has enough money and pays me enough money to be at your door to kill you, you've done something. And so he saw exactly like this, like being an assassin was doing the world good. That's what we're getting here. All righty. So the other girl we don't know is saying, "Are you still there?" Of course.
This was the one that got beat up by
Captain America
earlier. Yeah. So
we've met her, but I'm saying we don't know her any more than we do Yelena.
Yeah.
I mean, this is her first issue, but we're literally she likes coffee. And how's that going to affect the story? Other than my guess is, like the She-Hulk, we're going to get many, many coffee scenes. She says, "Are you still there?" Of course. Is the body taken care of? Getting there. I would have thought a stuffed shirt would burn fast, but no. While we're waiting for your handler to toast, we should discuss your options. And she says, "Now that I think of it, I probably should have had a plan before killing him. Just got so mad when he tried to fire me." Okay. I would have reacted the same way if someone tried to fire me after my arm got cut off by his enemies. Oh, yeah, she's missing an arm. Well, if a bird doesn't fly, it goes to bed hungry. And Yelena responds, "I've got several options for you. Are you still planning to start over in Madripoor?" And okay, hold on. Actually, the first thing this morning I was contacted. What? Okay, she was contacted by an American company.
I think this is a different person than the one that was, she was
beaten by Captain America.
Yeah.
All right, but they look exactly alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she?
Right. She no, that's her. She's missing an arm.
But her name was Martha. Or Marthy. So it's a different person.
So it's the different girl with the same cut off arm, or is it that they just forgot her name was Martha?
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say this is a different person, because it sounds like it's a friend of Yelena's who's talking to her while she's basically
killing somebody,
killing her handler, who was probably going to kill her, because she had lost an arm and therefore no longer useful. So, Dominic, the movie is Gross Point Blank. It's John Cusack,
Minnie Driver, Dan
Aykroyd,
Alan Arkin plays this shrink, and his sister plays the secretary.
Yeah, John Cusack's sister. God, I can't think for it. Joan Cusack. That's it.
It is good. It is good. I like at the end. He says he's saying, "Okay, pack up all the stuff," and she's talking to him, and he says, "And don't worry, I'll find you." And she's like, "I don't know how to take that, sir."
Yeah.
Go on ahead.
I was just gonna say, essentially the story is John Cusack plays a freelance assassin who essentially is suffering a midlife crisis and goes back for his high school reunion to try and find himself.
Right, and Jeremy Piven is also in it.
Yeah.
Glinzer is saying maybe she wants Cap Sponge Fingers to soak up some of the moisture. Introspection, such an exciting story element for comic books. It would be. Hello to Dominic. Yelena deserves better than this. Can you repeat the name of the movie you two? Yeah, okay, there you go. You got that. And MK saying, hey, these breakdown videos are fun. I like them too. I really do. It kind of, since the bad comics do better than the good ones, unfortunately, it has us reading a lot of shit. But if you guys leave in the comment section any bad comic book you would like us to take a look at, not in the chat because the chat kind of goes away, but the comment section after the video, I'd love to know what you got. And it doesn't matter the time period. It could be any time. There you go. Okay, so the young lady says, I don't remember the name, arm or something. They gave me a sample of some gear. Said I didn't have to wait to heal to try it. She gets an alarm. And it says, security must have realized I'm on the premise. Good thing I don't have to go into this unarmed. Ha! Get it? Because she's got an arm. Unarmed.
Yeah.
And she's got an arm.
Yeah.
LK, she's got an arm and she said unarmed.
Yeah, I know. But in this case, I don't mind that. The problem is it's all the other stupid dialogue that came before.
It's probably the best joke of the book.
Probably will be.
All righty. So we go from her standing there with the arm to her killing everybody. Okay. A Segway is not just a failed personal vehicle. Just going to tell you this, Marvel writers. But there you go. She's killing everybody. And Jessica, are you okay? And she says, fine, I handled them. This bionic arm they gave me is amazing. Oh, it reminded me of the name of the company. Who is it? I'll look into him, says Yelena. Armament. Armament. LK gave her an arm so she could say unarmed.
Yeah. I just want to throw out here too is, do you think Yelena would have dropped a wine glass worried for, quote unquote, we'll just say a business associate?
No.
Or a friend?
No. She would not be surprised that somebody got into a firefight. No. So she asks, can you spell armament? And she says, make that 48. Okay, 48 things that she doesn't like. And we see her running, and there's a perfume ad that says, you smell the best. Okay, there we go. And by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed, you love light neutral, but that's okay. I'm neutral on stability. After she says, it's a good life we have here, a little boring, everything the same every day.
Oh God, are we gonna find out she's actually in quote unquote a company town?
Maybe. The Armament is a armament coffee shop under new management. And then she says, she walks in. Good morning. Hello. What is this place doing here? What happened to Beans and Jeans? And the young lady says, oh, sorry. I just started today and the training manual says I'm not allowed to discuss beans or jeans with customers. And and we see Yelena walk out. I feel fine about things being suddenly taken away from me. I react to it pretty normally. And of course, that, by the way, the Beans and Jeans, more of your tee-hee stuff that you brought up. So she goes over and she talks to Square Boobs, and Yelena says, hello, what in the hell happened to Beans and Jeans? And Square Boobs says, Yelena, good morning. It's Yes, I said hello too. Enough small talk, beans and jeans. And then we get the same shit we got on that first page. Seriously, it's right here again. Repeating the information.
Yeah, will give me answers. It's like, and again, this is the stupid thing in comic books, and it's just some of the call it immersion breaking or what you will. This idea, you know, so obviously this is obviously like a walk she does every day. And so part of her routine is going to this beans and jeans, which again sounds, you know, the hipster stupidity nonsense of, you know, oh, it's a coffee shop and I guess a clothing place too, whatever, or just it's stupid, whatever. But that the very next day, without warning, all the signage has changed. Everything inside is different. Brand new people are all hired in the matter of less than 24 hours.
I have a question.
That doesn't happen anywhere.
Never. But it still leads me to this question. Is that old lady a leper? You're seeing what I'm saying, right?
Yes, and we'll find out because I don't know. Maybe, or,
okay, yeah, it looks like she's got scars all over her body.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out she can transform into a leopard or something.
No, I didn't say leopard. I said leper, like those are lesions.
I know leopard, but yeah. But I see this. It's more like a leopard pattern, and I'm just going. That'd be really cool if she actually, like, you know, switch.
Yep.
You know,
Blinzer says he's waiting for the cupcake scene. We did the reading of the Supergirl special, yeah, and there's just like one full page dedicated to a cupcake. So it says they caved to armament. Explain this immediately. You haven't noticed that the property developer has been taking bites out of businesses downtown for weeks now? I'm pretty sure I'm the only holdout. I own this building outright, so there's nothing they can do to make me leave. Wait, all of this belongs to you? Yeah, I bought the place with settlement money from a small class action suit. I think it is rude to ask what happened, but I want to know anyway. Tell me this. And she says, I love telling this story. Have you ever been to a Thwar concert? Thwar, I guess, is the modern day Generation Z Gwar, where they just complain and they're all feminist males. I'm gonna guess that. It says there was a malfunction with one of the props. She might be a burn victim.
Yeah.
Okay, so while she starts the story, we get somebody crashing through the window. What the? And she says, I was already not feeling great about the loss of beans and jeans, but this? And we get someone saying, bring out Zelda and nobody else has to die. We're going to give you a chance to take off your shirt, get comfortable for this fight instead of shooting you in the head. So the lady, we see Yelena, and she's kind of going through her predator vision, going mask, crooked, axis, improperly sheathed, stance, unbalanced, whip, low-grade leather, poorly conditioned, a generic-looking low-rent assassin attacking my neighborhood. Dislike. Dun, dun, dun. Her, I do not like at all. You know what? I think we got that with the dislike. I'm just saying. Yeah. Once again, two panels side by side giving us the same exact information. Still, I've been hungry for a good fight. The whip wraps around Yelena's Black Widow, whatever they call that. Sting is what they used to call it. If you're going to make a whip your primary weapon, you should learn how to use it, she says as she yanks her and the whip towards her because the bitch is dumb, not smart enough to freaking let go of the whip. Zoink. Okay. Bang. Just saying. So she brings it along. She causes her to fly towards, and the old lady says, bat her up, and hits her with, I guess it's a ball bat. All right.
I guess that's what's happening here. Again, this action frame makes no sense.
No sense because
they did it for whatever the stupid joke is going to be about. There is a sock on the end of your baseball bat. Did you know? And of course, we're going to get some.
No. Oh, wait. No, here's the sock. Okay. Miss me. I know. But when this tries to grab my bat, it's much easier to swing again. Okay. So if somebody grabs the bat, the sock comes off. And
Okay.
that's actually not a bad idea if you can get the sock to stay on in the first place.
Somebody gross about it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I think she loves that bat too much.
Yeah.
Hello to Rhaegar, who just came in. We also have, I'm still waiting for the cupcakes. Hello to Jim Sorensen as well. And this will spawn the Marvel Cinematic Cupcake Universe. Well, the Supergirl was DC, but
it'll be the Marvel Bagel Universe or something.
There you go.
Can't do cupcakes. Maybe.
So the old lady hits the assassin in the stomach, hearing a clang, and okay, cool. A metal hip. Who cares? Half the Avengers have metal hips, and I could still beat the shit out of any of them. Even Captain America, this person said. So, okay, what are we discovering? This is a person out for revenge, the one from the beginning. Right. It's a figure. So, wait, I know that voice. Why do I know that voice? And the lady says, you tell me, White Widow, tall, but you don't know how to use your, okay, tall, but you don't, wait. So I know that voice.
Can I say who it's going to be?
Well, it's the one from the very beginning, right?
Well, no, it's going to be the one she was talking to on her comm piece. I'm sure that's going to be something about when she put the arm on it, the nanites or whatever psychobabble, technobabble nonsense they want to put in. Basically, infiltrated her and changed her, and now she's become a mindless, obedient servant to
armament. Bum bum bum. But I think there's a missing panel because she's like, I know that voice. Why? You tell me, White Widow. And then she goes, tall. You don't know how to use your reach. Well, what the keep on the voice thing? Why even bring it up? And you rely too much on strength when agility could get you where you need to go twice as quick. Too easily distracted by flashy tricks. So it's right on the tip of my tongue. Wait, no, I've got it. You're Marta. You were right.
No, actually, I was wrong. I thought it was going to be Jessica.
Oh, that's right. They have different names, but we're exactly the same person. I forgot all about that.
She was. Oh my God. Okay. Oh God, bless it. Again, this is something that they do. Look at this. She says, she was my protege until she ran off after a job one night. What job? And I never heard from her again. What? There was no significant passage of time that I got from the time of the meeting in the first 2 pages to it almost seemed like it was like a next day or 2 days later.
Okay, so I'm going to go all the way back up to the top. All right, we're starting all over, guys.
Okay, wait. There was a little thing at the top that said not long ago.
All right, so here she has both arms, presumably because we see her here and then we see her here. All right. I guess she still got both of her arms, but when she's jumping out the window.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Jesus God.
What?
Oh, my hip.
Yeah.
So that's now so now several pages later, we get the call out of, oh, I'm not surprised people have metal hips. Oh, God.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so these were 2 different but very similar girls.
Yeah, but again, if you go
back, so like if Yelena's called racist, she goes, "I've got black friends. I make sure they look alike."
Yeah, but I mean, if you go back, so when we get introduced to Idlehaven, I got the sense of like this was like a couple days later, or just.
It does say now.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, maybe it had. Maybe I just missed a like when the past took place. Okay, so it says not long ago. All right, so not long ago, and now she had time
when you go to now, she said something about, oh yeah, the guy wound up getting taken out, and it sounded like it was a day or 2 later. It doesn't.
Yeah.
And
she's watching it on TV, here, so we're talking 2 days for her to get all bionicked up.
The passage of time here is not done well. It's not done well.
Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so we said, sorry guys, we had to figure shit out for ourselves. Lizzo will be Fat Thanos, and okay, and they have to get all the Infinity Pudding Pops. Alrighty, I shouldn't have read that backwards. So let's see. Yeah, she says she's a flake.
Never heard her again.
Let's see. I'm a flake. I ended up in the hospital thanks to you. What? It was 3 days ago. My hip broke in 2 places when Captain America threw me into that wall. You never even bothered to come visit me while I was recovering. You ran out the fucking window with a bad hip. Who knew you had a bad hip?
Yeah,
do you know
I
what kind of people don't jump out windows? People with broken hips.
You're freelance assassins. She's not going to show up at a hospital. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Let's just keep going.
I like the fact that we were complaining about the same dialogue, but differently. That's how bad it is. Whatever I did, what I came here to do, now I can leave. See you never. And she says, Marta, wait. I see you never. Well, that couldn't have gone worse. Well,
I'm
she tried to kill you.
Too, that didn't you get the impression like she was a decade younger than Yelena in those first few pages?
Yeah, it had to be like 7 or 8 years. Like, okay, I've been doing this for a while, and here's my trainee.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that the whole passage of time is so poorly done in this. Good Lord. Okay. Well, that could have gone worse.
She was an assassin who was trying to kill her, and she goes, it could have gone worse. It definitely could have gone worse. We're not dead. She didn't break anything that insurance won't cover. Well, except your wrist thingy. And it looks like you even got yourself a souvenir. Did that fall off her robo eye? What is that thing? She asked. I don't know, but I'm going to find out. God, how many pages does this book have? Is it shorter than standard? She's saying, thanks for sticking. I don't know if she's saying it or the crow. Okay, she's saying it.
Wait a minute.
Thanks for sticking around to help me clean things up, widow. Only go by that name in certain. I don't need to know the story behind your scene name. Just wanted to try it on. And the crow apparently is. I don't know what's going on with the crow, that's not a crow.
No, it's just artist flourish nonsense, or who knows? Maybe we'll find out it's a secret recording device that it's actually a robot.
Because if you focus something like this, there better be a reason, right?
Yeah.
It says, mostly I'm just glad you were willing to round up witness statements for my insurance claim. Filing without a police report is a nightmare if you don't have an independent witness. So insurance talk. Okay, maybe. Okay, so that's what I don't get. She found my store, broke my window. The door was right there. Would it have killed her to use it? Exactly. Said she was there for me. What does a trained assassin want with an old lady? It's not about what she wants. It's about what her employer wants. I can't figure out why she'd take such a no offense, boring gig. She didn't even kill you. What was the point? On that note, I'm going to brew some tea. Just want to join me, blah, blah, blah. I knew the fucking drinks would come back up. Yeah. Okay, so we see her grab some vodka, gets undressed, hugs and kisses.
Jessica, can you remind me of the name? Because they're actually saying it's supposed to be important there. Go back up just a little bit on the computer screen.
Yeah, I can't see that. My glasses.
Hey, Jessica, can you remind me the name of the company that made your new arm? Kisses, respect. Oh, God. This will something that will become extremely annoying is this Russian English nonsense.
Yeah. Also, by the way, if she's saying kisses respectfully, that means that at some point in time, they're going to be lovers.
Yeah.
It is Marvel. Let's see. As if you didn't need, they call it a piglet. Might as well just put it in there because, yeah, it is getting messed up. Because it's not like they're writing the word out like the Russian word in English, where maybe we would learn how to pronounce it. So then, okay, yeah, we're learning Russian as we go. No. How do you pronounce Nopakehok?
Yeah. Well, again, it's Cyrillic.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You're still not learning shit unless you learn how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
So it says, as if you didn't eat your weight in treats at the candy store. She can't have gotten back to me already, but it says, out doing my dream job. Ask me about my job as an armament augmented ambassador. That name again. What are you up to? Armament.
And notice it's an auto reply. So now she's an armament augmented ambassador. Dun, dun, dun.
And they're watching her messages. Let's see. Glenzer saying, I play video games all day long. Oh, you work as a game tester? No, I'm a Marvel editor. Must have a healing factor to recover from a broken hip within days, says Jim.
Yeah.
So
well, if they completely replace it with newfangled 616 robotics, sure, why not? I mean, again, this is one of those things where, yeah, in our world, no, of course not. A broken hip is going to take 2 weeks in the hospital, and then months and months of recovery time. In this 616, where you've got all kinds of tech advances that we dream of, it probably took maybe a month.
So we arrive at the leper's house, and Zelda, the property company that's buying up businesses downtown. What, armament? What can you tell me about them? The leper says, phew, they're beastly. They've bought out everyone. Idle Reader was the first to go. That was the bookstore. Then the old pharmacy. She told me, I know Dita, she told me that they promised she'd still be able to run the business her way and that it would just be a change in ownership. I tried to warn her. I remember when Asmagon, excuse me. Okay, so came to my hometown. It was the same way. They made a ton of promises, but to companies like that, basically promises are a punchline, and says that they ended up pushing Dita out after they ran through the first few businesses like that. They started throwing money and lawyers at the rest of us. Why? Do you want to know about? Oh, why do you want to know about them? It's not like I'm ever going to sell Sharp Sweets to them. Are you sure about that? Because I think they really want it. Okay, so what are we looking at here?
Oh, and she's got the crazy board.
Okay, so she talks about the Martin's bionic hip, Jessica's bionic arm, the headgear, the coffee shop, the broken window, and Marta. Well, I'll be damned. They're trying to scare me off.
No shit.
What? Yeah.
That long to figure it out since they didn't kill you?
Okay, this is information that was actually given with the presence of an assassin and the knowledge that she's holding out. All right, so Yelena says, I have a confession. She goes, what, are you a criminal mastermind? Yes, but that's not the thing I'm going to tell you. I came to Idle Haven to have a normal life, far enough from New York that I don't have Avengers putting their boots on my couch, and close enough to keep an eye on things. I wanted someplace where things aren't so much happening all the time, And let me guess, you're starting to get bored. So bored. My God, I liked it around here, but now, okay, you mean now that a giant international corporation is sticking robot parts onto assassins and sending them here? Yep. Now I think I love it here. Also, she's got a drinking problem. Just saying.
Well, no, again,
if you're downing half a bottle of vodka by yourself in the middle of the day, drinking problem.
She's Russian. It's not a drinking problem. She's Russian.
She's a Russian and American.
Again, haha, stereotype.
Right. Okay.
And then we see drones flying away.
And they go over the neighborhood. They find Marta and Yelena. And we see the big bad guy with glowing eyes. I believe Idle Haven is ready. And then Idle Haven Target Bank activate phase 2, and it's to be continued.
And I will tell you, if I had been the editor on this, well, all things being equal, where I would have just said, no, start over with your idea. I would have ended this issue 1. If it had to write this, I would have ended the issue 1 with her saying, no, I love it here. Boom, you end it. The whole stupid thing with the drones and all that crap. Again, you talk about this is somebody that desperately wants to write for TV, because there are so many things in here that you find in a TV script. Okay. And especially that whole ending of pulling back and oh, they're actually in surveillance, and here's the big guy, shrouded. That's how a TV show ends. That's not how you end a book.
Just saying. Obviously, we don't like the book. There's not. I do hope when we read these things that I'm going to go, that wasn't bad, or maybe I'll find something to grab onto and go, okay, at least it's that, right? I am the positive one. You're the negative one. That's why there's this line between us right here looking in, because they just aren't connecting, right? Okay, so yeah, like the magnets. Okay, so anywho, so I'm reading this and I'm thinking this might actually be something we're going to try. Here's how I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you don't have to show the whole Captain America thing was not necessary. Throw it out. It's gone. Okay. This is going to give us a few more pages of characterization. This is going to show us who Yellen is, rather than, oh, I'm going to make a list of my hobbies. You can have the same story. She moves to a small town. It's quiet. It's idyllic. But she has been noticing, even since she began to move in, that some of the stores that drew her to this small town have started to close, and there's this new place opening up. Okay. You don't have everything already sold, and there's this one leper lady who is the single holdout, and that's the only character we see. You want to show her, if you're going to have a prequel at all, you want to show her coming into this, and it looks like Mayberry, maybe. This is somewhere Yelena wants to go. She's been an assassin. She wants to get out of the way. Yes, she finds Mayberry to be boring. You could keep that in. But what you're going to do is, instead of wasting time with Captain America, instead of wasting time making coffee jokes and all that, you're going to have her interact with the townsfolk the first time, where everybody's happy and content and so forth, and the second time where everybody's nervous and so forth. There's something going on with this armament company that's kind of taken over, and she has a neighbor that she meets somewhere at the beginning, and that's Leper Lady. Towards the end, she's realizing, you're the only one without an armament, so on forth. The assassin attacks. Now you have a reason to fear armament, because you've seen what they can do. We saw nothing about this bad guy corporation. They talked about them, but we saw nothing. So in order for that to have had, and I know what I described as a very basic story, you've seen it in other places before, but at least it would be something that would show the reader how bad these people are. Then when they realize, okay, we can beat their one or two assassins, they bring in the multi-drones. And like you said, you could close it out. It's like, now that I see something's going to happen, I like it here. Or maybe she go, okay, I do like the neighborhood and I want to protect it. I am here because I don't want this bullshit going on. I wanted a place to come and for rest and relaxation, and now they're bringing it to me. And so when you get the drones at the end, there's a sense of tension. Well, they couldn't stop the one assassin, but what about all of these? And at the same time, it would show you how badass of a corporation armament can be. That's how I would have written it. Just saying.
Yeah, that's not a bad way. It's funny, actually. Today, I came across, it was a short video that was Matt Stone and Trey Parker that spoke to a group of film students at NYU. I guess it's like some kind of MTVU type thing. I don't know necessarily how old it is, but they talked about basically crafting a story. And it's a similar thing here in terms of a story is made up of a series of story beats.
Yeah.
And they said, we're doing it, we've got a huge whiteboard and we put up this piece and this piece and this piece. They said kind of like, and then we look at kind of like the interlocking, pieces. It's like, okay, if you're going from this story beat to this story beat, you should be saying, this story beat, but therefore to this story beat, or this story beat because of this story beat. They told the students specifically, if you're always saying, here's something happens, and then this happens, and this happens, and this happens, you don't have a story. That's not a story. And you can see that same thing here, where it's, Yelena goes for a coffee, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then she goes to talk to this person, and this happens. There's no put together a good story here. As you say, there are elements, and it's all stuff that we've kind of seen, in the past. I mean, we talked about Grosse Point Blank. There's 100 examples of, stories of, assassins or, special ops people or soldiers that, reach a point in their life where, it's like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, or I'm not sure why I'm doing this. Go to settle down to relax, either because something bad happened on the job or because they feel like they're slipping or whatever. And then they get pulled back in, which is ultimately kind of like what looks like it's going on here. The other thing was the way that they were describing this town. And again, I mean, doesn't seem like what they showed so far. I mean, isn't much of a town. It looks like it's got like a main street with like half a dozen businesses on it, and that's it.
Yeah. Kind of like one of those, almost like a oasis in the middle of a big highway as you're traveling from one place to another. Yeah.
Honestly, as I started reading it, I was thinking of the old G.I. Joe cartoon. It reminded me of a story there was basically this town, and it was basically a front for Cobra. Mm-hmm. And that was exactly kind of what I was thinking as I'm starting to go through here. And it's that. And even if that part of the story wasn't, is still here, the other big problem is just the dialogue and the characterization of Yelena. It's not good. This isn't who she is from what we've seen both either previously in the comics or in the movie. I mean, again, she acts more like a teenager here. And then as we talked about too, as we were going through the book, just a horrifically bad job in terms of delineating how time has passed. Because
oh my gosh, it was horrible.
This happened. This happened only 2 days ago. Well, no, actually, if this supposedly happened like months ago, or as you said, it could have even been like 2 years ago between the time the Captain America incident and now where she's in this town. So it kind of throws everything off of like, wait a minute, didn't they just meet, or the last time is suddenly so that whole piece. And as I say too, it's where as you read this, it really feels more like it's a TV script than it is a comic book script.
Dominic's saying he could see you as a Jim Shooter Marvel editor. That's high praise, man.
Yeah, well,
that pretty much is.
Yeah, I mean, so it's funny. I mean, when I first saw this, I really got turned off with that whole stupid board piece, and then her sounding like a teenager on the phone. And that was like, nope, I'm done. I don't need to read this. So I will say it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be from my initial 6 pages of reading, but it's not good. I will say it's better than Hawk Girl. I mean,
is it better than Supergirl? I got to get the Hawk Girl number 2.
See, that's where I've got a kind of a real bias, because I mean, I do like Kara more than I've ever really thought about Yelena that much, outside of a couple of miniseries that I picked up, and what have you, and just the whole just woe is me petulant Supergirl just really, really ticked me off, and that's why I would say probably this is better than Supergirl.
Because you're not as invested in White Widow as you are in Supergirl. So I get that. Because, it's not as big of an insult.
Yeah. And honestly, I'll say it's better than Fire and Ice, Welcome to Smallville.
Yeah, that's another number 2 we need to get to.
The characterizations of Fire and Ice, especially Fire, offend me far more than this. So it's not the absolute bottom of the barrel, but it's right there. And again, too, you're also seeing too some of the beats from, and I'll put it out on this video, Alana Smith, who is one of the reasons why Marvel is as bad a shape as they are. The fact that she still has a job there. If you missed the beginning of it, some people have been, comparing this, to the Chelsea Kane Mockingbird that came out, God, almost a decade ago.
I most certainly did. I've got the thumbnail.
And one common thread through that book to this book is Alana Smith was an assistant editor on Mockingbird. She is, I guess you'll say, the main editor. She has a credit in here as editor. She is well known for being, having a healthy dose of Trump derangement syndrome. Is virulently progressive, and runs in all those circles. I think she's even part of the Whisper campaign network and all that stuff. Wow. So, and she has presided over, some bad books. So again, don't be surprised as this book goes on. You could even kind of see it when they were talking about the whole corporation type thing. You're going to get a lot of progressive leftist activist nonsense. Well, as this book continues, if you choose to read it, which
Well, I think in the future I wouldn't mind trying to keep this around an hour, but I could see us go. Yeah. We're going to go over a little bit here because we've done a few of these now. We did Green Lantern, we did the Alan Scott Green Lantern, we did this, and we did the Supergirl. And before that, I did the first issue. I think the first 2 issues of the Gotham War and all that kind of stuff. I think the best way, if we're going to go forward with these, if we're going to do more of these, I like it. I mean, I'm reading the books, but why would I ever want to read a book like this by myself and not make a video of it? It would seem like the biggest waste of time. If you're reading a good book, that doesn't bother you so much. Okay. I still want to talk about good books though. As a matter of fact, I'm reading something called The 12 from Marvel. And it's kind of like John Straczynski. I can't say his name. Straczynski.
J. Michael Straczynski?
Yeah, thank you. J. Michael Straczynski's version of the Golden Age that DC did. It's really impressive so far. I'm about halfway through it. So I would love to actually talk about good books as well. But I'm thinking, here's the thing. We might finish Gotham War, but it won't be Monday Gotham War #1, #2 is Tuesday, and so forth. It's going to be, Linkar is the king of what we're doing right now. It'll be like he does, where it's Miller time. Let's do another issue of All-Star Batman. And like maybe in 4 years, I'll try to be a little tighter than that. But you get what I'm saying? Because there are a lot of freaking bad books to get to. And there's some bad books I've been wanting to get to. One of them being the Tales of the Teen Titans, which is kind of a slap in the face because I love the freaking Teen Titans. And this was bad. The art was bad. The story, I just read a few pages and went, horse shit, I'm reading this on my own. I'm gotta make a video out of this. So when we do more of these, I'm saying when, not if, it will be along those lines. And that's why I'm saying I can't read everything. LK can't read everything. So if you guys do find a book that is just utter crap, by all means, give us a heads up. Once again, even if it's an 80s, 70s, 60s, whatever, I would love to introduce you guys to Captain Marvel. He is such a brilliant freaking character. And I'm not talking about Marvel or Shazam. I'm talking about Split Captain Marvel. You guys are in for a treat with some of these. But once again, if you can think of a book, let us know in the comments below. Dominic's telling me The 12 is a fun series by JMS. If you enjoy Project Superpowers, I do actually enjoy Project Superpowers. But there you go. And I like the idea of, after we read the book, how would we make it better is kind of a good question. So after we do our reviews, we might come up with that. I hope you enjoyed this. LK, I hope you enjoyed reading along with it. It seems like this series would be right up your alley, man.
Well, I mean, definitely reading it together is much better than suffering through this thing alone. And again, as we talk about it, and I'll finish off with this. I had similar feelings, especially with Captain Marvel, recently, is that there are good story beats here. And again, this is where I fault editors and the executive staff at Marvel. If you had quality, competent editors who knew what good stories are and wanted to tell good stories, you could have crafted this into a good story. The beats are there to have a good story that, you know, does have Yelena going through a journey. You know,
I like what
from
Dominic
going,
Powell's saying.
yeah, yeah, it reads like a comic book, exactly. You know, and again, that's been a big complaint, you know, that, you know, ourselves and certainly a lot of other YouTubers and comic book critics have had, is so many of these have been reading like TV scripts lately, because, you know, that's what a lot of these people are seeing, is, you know, thinking that, oh yeah, I'll just use this as a stepping stone to get to Netflix, or to get my, you know, Hulu deal, or, you know, get my series sold on Amazon Prime. And of course, those are, you know, becoming fewer and fewer. But again, there's elements there. And if you had competent editors, they could coax a good, intriguing story out of this. But you don't. You have the Alana Smiths of the world.
Yeah.
So.
And if we point it out, of course, we're isms and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But, you know, all I will say is, you can go find her tweets yourself, and you can see that this is a person that is not a good editor.
Have you read Hawkwoman?
You mean Hawk
Beyond
Girl?
issue number 1, or Hawk Girl
AKA
Beyond
Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yes. Because I hate myself.
Why would you do that without being on a video so we can make fun of it? Literally, I'm telling you, that's why I haven't done. I have been thinking this all along. Well, I'll do a bag. Yeah, I never got to it, but yeah, we're gonna do that from here on in.
Because I just had to see how bad the story was gonna get. With this one, honestly, after the first issue, it's like, I don't really care. I have an idea where this is gonna go. It's not gonna be good, but it's not Plan 9 from Outer Space level bad. Hawk Girl is Plan 9 level from outer space bad.
Well,
where
I got another question
can't
for
wait
you.
to see what god awful thing are they going to do next.
The dynamic between you and I is, like I said, I'm the more positive person, and I tend to want, if I don't like it, it's not through me. It's not like I didn't try. I want everything to be good. That being said, how many episodes of Ahsoka did you watch? Okay, that's a good one. I did watch one.
No, but here's the thing. See, I knew I wasn't going to like it, but I had much more fun watching the Mauler reaction videos.
Yeah, I there's some shows that I see people continuing. Like I watch one episode. Why do I ever want to go back to that shit? You know, just because of how bad it is.
Yeah.
Dominic is saying editors who are not afraid to tell the writers what's working and what isn't. In the past, writers do their research on the characters they're working on. After a long time, author leaves. That's out the window. Now it's more of, I have a message. What character can I get my hand on? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. And I'll do the most superficial research, or in this case, I'm sure that probably, you know, Alana said, oh yeah, no, here, you can do this or you can do that. They don't have life experiences. You can see that in their writing.
Yeah. You
know, one of my all-time favorite modern writers is Michael Crichton. I loved his stuff. You know, and I mean, he's an amazing, you know, person in terms of, you know, being a doctor, and, you know, but every book he went into, he did so much research, because it would basically kind of be some idea in the back of his head, and he would start looking at things, and then, you know, he would start jotting down ideas. And, you know, again, what was interesting, and this is the hallmark of a good researcher, is, you know, he might have a certain idea, but as he started to research it and looked at the facts, you know, he, you know, came to a different conclusion based on, you know, from what he originally thought to what, you know, the facts that he looked at actually, you know, got him to.
Because of the facts.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say, you know, one of his, you know, sadly, one of his last books that is more relevant today than it was when it came out is a book called State of Fear. And I highly recommend to anybody out there to go pick it up. You know, he was basically way ahead of the game on identifying the hoax that is climate change and global warming.
Yep.
And there are multiple interviews that he did, prior to his death, where he was talking about that book and explaining that when he went into it, he went on the assumptions of how devastating climate change is and how important it is, it's man-made and all that. And as he started to talk to scientists, as he started to review the data, and of course with his analytical background, his medical background, he realized, hey, we're being sold a bill of goods.
Yes, we are.
This is in the what people are being told, and instead it's more designed to keep people fearful, because if you have people fearful, then they're easier to control.
I learned, like I said, I think I've told the story. I was an environmentalist as a kid. I heard and I read all these articles. We're going to be in an ice age. So we have to start doing all the things, turn off the water, make sure the lights are off, got to preserve energy, or we're going to be in this ice age. And then when I was 15, they found a hole in the ozone. I think you might have actually been alive by that point in time. Mm-hmm. And you might have remembered a little bit. And by finding that hole in the ozone, all of a sudden, like that, everybody in the world knew that in 15, 20 years, the oceans are going to dry up, because this hole is just going to get bigger, 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 bigger until the world is, that was what they told you. So in 15 years, the oceans are dry. We're eating each other, the whole 9 yards. I mean, we're fucked. Okay. Well, that never happened. As a matter of fact, not only did it not happen, but nobody ever planned for it to happen. We still went, all of a sudden we're in a war in Desert Storm. Nobody gives a fuck about any of that. And then of course we get, oh my gosh, in 10 years, we're going to die. The oceans are going to dry up. And then we get inconvenient truth. And in 15 years, I kid you not, go watch the movie. In 15 years, Florida is going to be underwater.
I thought it was already supposed to be underwater.
Well, yeah, in 1985, we were, by 1998, we're going to be underwater. So I kept hearing all of this, and I looked up a few things myself. They said, well, researchers did a scientific experiment to find out what the impact was on humans, that humans have on the earth. And so I looked it up. I said, no. The whole thing that was done, and it was done in the 80s, wasn't what was the impact humans had on the climate. It was, do humans have an impact on the climate? And they were given billions of dollars to do this. And I was like, fuck that. When I read that, I was like, you give me $1 billion and I'll tell you how I'm fucking up the earth personally. I'll tell you that the freaking tsunami that hit Japan was because of me. They knew that they could get more grant money if they continued to talk about how bad we are fucking up the world. Yeah. So I couldn't buy into that from the very beginning, by the way.
Yeah. Well, one of the biggest frauds perpetrated in modern times when it comes to science and medicine is the idea of consensus. You see it all the time, especially again in terms of people talk about climate change. It's we have this consensus of scientists that agree on blah 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 blah, and that's not what science is. Science is repeatable, provable hypotheses that eventually become facts because you can repeat the experiments over and over again.
Any scientist.
One of the biggest frauds with climate change is the fact of all of these proprietary models and computer models and what have you that nobody can replicate. Nobody comes up with the same impacts, the same numbers. And that right there should be a red flag on it.
Yeah. Anytime you hear a scientist say the science is settled, it's not a scientist.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned the ozone hole. I still remember there was an article when, they were looking at ramping up space shuttle launches, because, there was a point in time where, it was assumed we were going to have 4 or 5 shuttles, built, and there was going to be like an average of like every 3 months there was going to be a launch, up to the space station or whatever. And one of the concerns was, well, we might have to limit the number of launches per year because of the amount of, whatever pollutants or whatever with the shuttle was going to negatively impact the ozone hole layer, and was going to thin out the layer, and might cause the hole to grow. Of course, now that's not a concern because
it's bullshit. And what was it like?
Things,
5 years ago, AOC says we have 12 years, and then she bought herself an apartment in Manhattan. That's okay. Yeah. You look worried.
Oh yeah, no, just again, all you have to do is look at the same people that are bemoaning and talking about climate change and how we have to change everything, or flying on private jets, buying beachfront property in Miami and Martha's Vineyard, so on. But anyways, we're talking about comics.
We digress a lot here. So anywho, let's wrap this thing up. Once again, I had fun with this book. It was horrible. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you have anything you want to talk about, or just give a few words and share this video out, trying to grow an audience back here. LK, if you have anything, of course, we'll talk about it. I really want to go after the Titans. We'll probably even have something new coming up on Wednesday that we're going to need to talk about. Holy crap, there's crap out there.
I'm sure there's always garbage out there, but don't fear. There are actually still good books being made. They're just a little bit harder to try and find, and they might be in places that you don't expect.
All right. Please, guys, hit the like, share, subscribe. If you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the till, or commission a video. Tell us what to do. It's okay. I get paid to do that in other ways. I would love to be paid to do that here. All righty. And with that in mind, I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night, guys.